Hello there, I hope that you have been fabtabulous. I'm sorry for not being around for this fog event earlier on. It's been my birthday, I've been sick, there's been all sorts going on. But either way, we have this wonderful happy dragon in the fog event that I really do want to get unlocking. But since we've got a few other people that have been posting event guides, I'm going to do it slightly differently to normal today because we've had quite a few people posting different guides, some from the official server as well, into the DC event guides section of my Discord server. And so you can always check out some of these, like this one I believe is from the official server because of the way it's made. Then some people making some slight alterations, making their own guides, and they usually have the total cost somewhere on the page. So you can always check them out, see what sort of cost people have found, which sort of items they're going for. And I've actually taken one of these today, and it is this one here, which is the Happy Dragon plus Insignias map. And I've actually made a couple of changes to all of this in paint. And by that I mean it's going to be the same because you can see that the total cost on this map here, well, kind of, is 5,785. But in this event we also have things such as fate flowers and we have event chests. And of course we'd like to get our hands on the event chests because the event chests, they give us some cool stuff, of course. Like stuff over here, we've got Destiny's Fate, and it would be really nice to be able to add some of these things to our collection and get more free stuff basically. So rather than just getting the Happy Dragon, I would love to be able to get some extra bits and bobs. And so we are of course going for Happy, and this is the guide here, the main one, but this is the edited version of the guide that I want to go through. So you'll see that this is pretty much exactly the same as the other one, but I've added some green lines where these are additional chests that we can get. And the way that I've worked this out is basically by saying how much currency do we currently have, 6,230, and how many more resets do we have that are coming up. One more reset. So we've got 600 more currency, so that's going to be 6,830 total currency that we're going to have for this event. And so using this information, we can pre-plan which extra items we can go for in this event without ruining our chances of getting the Happy Dragon. Because the worst thing that you could possibly do is go for the extra chest, go for the extra event items, and then you end up short on currency and you miss the dragon, because you've got to remember with this event that you need to collect all 8 pieces for that new legendary, and if you miss even one of them, you're not even going to get any orbs for the dragon, so it won't even help you with trading. You have to get all 8 pieces of this dragon, and to do that you need to pre-plan with map guides. And so we are going to follow that map guide that I have created, and we are going to be making our way towards Happy and getting some event chests on the way. So if we start off with this event map here, we are going to be heading down first, and then we are going to be going right to the bottom, to the left, back up, and basically just following this official server guide and doing the stuff that we need to do. So with 2 monitors, this is quite easy to follow, and I'll finally get to show you how I actually play these events, because normally we do it right at the beginning of the event and you don't get to see me actually doing the event itself. So let's go ahead and do this together, so that then if you're confused or if you're going to follow the same path as me, maybe you've got the same amount of currency, then we know exactly what we're doing. So to start off with, we need to pick the tile that we're going to use as our reference point, which is going to be this 225 cost tile that's got the dragon in it. And then we know that below that we need to go one below and then go off to the right is what we can do, for instance. So, you know, we will be going straight down from the initial tile. We're not going to be doing the tutorial because we actually do need the currency. Yep, we're going to go down another one. And we are looking for that silly dragon piece. Obviously you can just count the tiles as well, but I find it easier to use them as reference points. Like here is silly, and according to the map, we need to go one below and head off to the right. Of course, I haven't done full optimization. There could be a very, very, very slightly cheaper path, but just doing it the most basic way and just getting a couple of extra event chests on the way there, this is the easiest way to do it, really. If you don't want to be sitting there, you know, min-maxing every single tile for the rest of your life, or, you know, begging someone else to do it, that's how we're going to get around to it. So now the next reference point is going to be our boy Happy's first actual event item piece. So we're going to go off to the right here. Oh, look at that. We got some essence. That's always tasty. And we've got an event item here at the top, and this should match the total map cost, which the map cost says it should be 130 and 250, which it is. So we're going to claim this event chest. And then, of course, times 2 dials, we're going to go back 1, and then we're going to pick up the Happy Dragon piece. Now, the other thing that you have to be aware of with these total costs is that you do have to factor in the return cost, which I believe this does have return costs included. I certainly hope so, which means that now we just need to go back to our middle point here again, and then we will be heading back down right to the bottom of the map. So now we can just go right down, and head towards our Happy Dragon piece. So let's go down there. And since we don't have all of our currency quite yet, we should be just off getting enough for Happy, but the final reset should give us just enough. And again, we're going to go right, and then we are going to go left 1 as well. So we're going to go claim, we're going to claim this event item, and now we need to head off to the left a little bit. So we are going to go up back to the center, then we're going to go up 2 tile pieces like it shows on here. So we're going to go up to here, just above where that very rare dragon piece is. And then we are going to head over to the flower, because the flower can actually be very useful for us. So again, we're going to head off to the left. It's pretty simple following the map guides, but I know a couple of people over time that have gotten very, very confused by them. And, you know, I can kind of understand it, you know, with all these different tiles and things happening and different choices that you get to make. I can 100% understand it getting a little bit confusing on your way through, but this is how I use it. I'll always have it reopening and opening and opening again if I'm not sure. But there we go, we've got our Fate Flower, and now that is another major event item collected. So that should be that bottom section of the map completed, and all that we need to do now is go back to our starting tile and head off to the left. So then we are going to go back to here, right up to the top, all of that extra cost for going back on the tiles, and now we head off to the left. And this is pretty much going to be the whole damn thing, but yeah, we're going to keep going, and I'm just going to do the whole thing here with you. Of course, we also have Heroic Race, which is ongoing at the moment. There's just under a week left to go in the event, and we are nearly done, pretty much. And by that, I mean we've gotten to lap 15. We're going to guarantee the event dragon, which should be very, very cool. But we're going to head on more to the left in this event first before I even think about that and end up accidentally clicking the wrong thing. We're going to go over this dragon tile piece that's 125 here, but we're not going to be collecting Paladin, so we don't need to. He doesn't really offer us anything. And then you'll see that we have the legendary piece coming up here, which is of course going to be our next Happy Dragon piece, 250. And then for the way that I've drawn this up, you'll see that we're actually going to go through the 130 cost tile, because that is another event item. And remember, if you are changing any of these paths and you're getting a little bit iffy on the costs, just cut out 1 or 2 of the chests on your way through. Again, make sure that you get all the pieces of the Happy Dragon that you need. You don't want to be off by like 5 currency, because there's no way for you to get any more currency after you've spent it in this event. This is not a gemmable event like, say, the Runner event or the Heroic Race. It is literally just you spend the currency and then that's it. It's gone. There is no way for you to get that stuff back. So please take all of that into account. And then now we are going to go off to the left, because that tile up there would add an extra 125 to the cost, which, well, it's going to be an extra 25. I'm going to make sure that we don't click on that 400 cost chest. That would be very bad. We've got Kind Dragon, then we've got Peace for Happy here, and then once again we will head back to our starting tile so that we can head straight up to the middle. And this is where it can get a little bit confusing, because it's like, oh, which one's my starting tile? It's literally this one here. If you remember, we went down and to the left, so we can come back to our starting tile and then make our way back to these 75 cost chests. So whenever you're in fog events, if you're a new player that didn't really know what was going on, I understand, but make sure that you never ever in these fog events do not click any of these buttons at the bottom. You will just be wasting your currency. They are useless. Just wait until someone makes a map guide, or you can make one yourself. I normally take the maps from, say, Ditlep, and then create my own guides. This time, of course, I did not. So these guides primarily came from the official server, or they came from people's just bespoke making of them themselves. But we are going to be trying to get as much value as possible from this event. And so that is why we are going to claim our boy. We're going to claim this final event item here. And then we're going to ignore all of the others. Wow, just a time one? Really, Gabe? You're going to do this to me? Anyway, now we need to make sure that we don't screw this up. So we're going to go one back to the middle. And then we are going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 down. That is correct, right? I'm not dumb. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we should see a 100 cost chest there. So 3, 4. It should be the second silver chest as we're coming down here, which it is. So we're going to go down there. So I would recommend when you're using these map guides to try and use other things as sort of a signifier or give you a general idea of where you're headed. Like rather than just trying to count the basic steps, you know, use colors or whatever as a good, I guess just as a good marking point. That will stop you from accidentally clicking on the wrong tiles because it's very possible, very easily done. I've done it before. It's never actually cost me a dragon before, but it can definitely happen. So you don't want to be risking it. And there we go. We've got our piece for happy, and now we'll come back and we are going to be making our way to the right here. And then we can just make our way to the final happy dragon piece because you can see we're at 7 out of 8. We're going to do one more tile to the right here. And then we're going to get a Pashy dragon. And now we've run out of currency, which is going to try and get me to pay for more, which no way am I going to do that. And then according to these map guides, of course, you can see all of the costs there. So if you were going to end up low, even after you've, say, gotten the final resets worth of currency, you could say skip the insignias or whatever. But if you need to skip the insignias, it's only ×5, so it shouldn't be too bad. But otherwise, should be easy peasy lemon squeezy with this event. So anyway, I hope that all made sense with how you can get your pieces of happy. Of course, I will unlock him in the final reset a little bit later on, but that is Destiny Island. Like I said, you can check out the other map guides or build your own using the basic maps that have been created or the ones that were posted in the official Dragon City Discord server, and then you can just build on the top of them if you wish to do so. That's what I do if I don't make my own guides, which, to be fair, I've been making my own guides for ages now. It's just this one I've been a little bit too busy. But anyway, let's open up our chests here, which are our reward for bothering that. That's fine. There's some heroic essence and some Destiny Dragon stuff. We've got our epic egg. Oh, I don't have sacred. That's a nice one. Okay, I'll take it. And of course, we've got the Joker orbs as well, which in that we've got 50 VRs. Okay, that could have been better. Of course, the next one we could go for is going to be legendary Joker orbs. I haven't been doing a lot of arena grinding, so that's why I'm a little bit lacking in that department. But like I mentioned earlier, we do have heroic race currently ongoing. I'm currently on lap 14, node 4, and that's even though I basically missed like, what, 30 something hours of resets. So this new heroic race, you can genuinely get to lap 15 and guarantee this heroic dragon with a week to spare, easily. So I would say that this is a really positive change with the no cooldowns, and it just means that people can have a life and do other things, like a week of leeway. I would love for this to continue. I know that they've already said that it won't continue past the high destiny race, which absolutely sucks. But maybe they can reconsider it one day. You never know. It's just, you know, I really do wish that they would continue this because it just makes these races, it makes them a lot more competitive in this sense as well, because you'll actually get people getting to higher laps than like lap 2. But, you know, I've not got anyone crazy on my leaderboard. I missed a few days and I'm still first. So I just think it's a positive change overall, but I guess Social Point don't care about that. They mainly care about their money that they're going to make. So hopefully they make lots of money from this style of heroic race, or get lots of gem spending to go along so that they implement it again in future. I guess we will see. The other thing is, of course, we've got Redemption Wolf's Raid. Nothing to say, but I did get 13 gems for free earlier, so that was nice. Aside from that, no dragons, nothing else of note. So, out outside of all of that stuff, the only thing we've got going on really, apart from arena grinding for dials, is just going to be the quests. You can see that I've been doing my Phoenix quest. We did get a pure Eternalite and get some orbs for them. We are going to be finishing off this mythical quest for Faye very soon, because we should have them finished empowering very shortly. And then we are just going to be collecting a bit of extra currency from the Jewel of Destiny reset. So that should give us enough currency to guarantee getting happy in the insignias without us, well, even if we screw up like once, we should be fine. So, taking all of that into account, I do wish you the very best. I hope that you managed to get your hands on everything that you wanted out of Destiny Island, and I am very much looking forward to breeding with our happy, sunny Suraji boy. But regardless, there's one final thing that I did want to note today, because I haven't spoken about it yet. You may have already seen there was this image file going around for a while that was showing us all of the upcoming Wizards Hollow Dragons. And I did mention this briefly, but now even Ditlep has uploaded the information onto the website, and this could all change at any given moment, and this is all unofficial, and this is not confirmed by Dragon City's Discord server or anyone else official, so please take that into account. But one thing that you can do to potentially prepare yourself is check out this Wizards Hollow section of the Ditlep website. I would use Adblock if you're on it, because otherwise it's a pain to use. But you'll see that it shows the currently available dragon and the event chests that are in it, and you can click them and see what's actually inside. But there are a couple of notable ones that you may want to be aware of and save your gems for. We have this Ambition Karma one that may be coming on June 19th. Now, Ambition Karma, along with Black Master Chest and Golden Master Chest, I think that this is going to be a potential huge spending Wizards Hollow, because Ambition Karma is a very good karma, and Master Chests, people want HMK and they want the other stuff out of them. Now, I'm sure that the rune requirements are going to be insane for these, but if you've got the gems and you can guarantee the dragon, I can see a lot of people potentially spending big money on this to both get the karma and get the chests, and go for broke on these golden master chests, which can just give you high master karma, it can give you voodoo, it can give you hot, it can give you HCT. Very good chests to be opening. The other one that we've got, which has definitely intrigued people, is the Dual Perception chest, which apparently could be on the way on the 1st of July. But again, all these dates and everything could change, could be liable to any changes whatsoever. We have Premium Dual Perception chests, which could have up to 640 orbs of Dual Perception, and we've got Dual Parliament chests. And then, of course, Dual Perception is the available dragon. If there's going to be any dragons that you want to spend a few hundred gems on to guarantee, it would be Dual Perception, Ambition, Karma, and dragons of that nature. So just be aware of this, but again, it could change at any time, so don't be surprised if it does. But so far, it's been pretty accurate with the listings, so I would be very aware of those two dates, 19th of June and the 1st of July. Maybe we'll get a pre-warning in-game as well at some point, but I would highly suggest saving your gems if you can. Obviously, if we've got heroic combat quests coming up, which we should, then save up enough gems and food for that as well. But then after that, I would suggest being very frugal with your gem spending. Like if you're on lap 15 already in the race and there's not anything super intense that you want to go for, I'd say just save the gems. Don't even waste them on battle skipping. Just play the event as it is. Save those gems for Ambition and Dual Perception Hollow. Because even if you only get the dragon, you can still get rank up orbs and trade with them. Like, there's so much value that you could potentially get out of those. But anyway, I'm gonna leave you there, so best of luck, and I hope that you manage to get your hands on High Destiny as well. If not, maybe at least a few rewards out of this race, because why the heck not?